Hi, I'm Sonia Choquette. Welcome to my channel on YouTube. If you're new here, I'm so happy to welcome you. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe because you will love the tips and tools that I put out every week to make your life more intuitive, more creative, happier, more grounded, and more magical. Today I want to talk about probably the number one concern we all have is love. Relationships. What do I need to do to make them work? How do I call one in when I don't have one? How do I improve one that I can't stand? How do I get rid of one that I can't get away from? Our relationships are soul school. None of them are easy. None of them. So don't be under the impression everybody's having a relationship party and you're not invited, because it's not true. The reason relationships are so difficult is because we are here to learn primarily to love and not look for other people to take care of that part of us. Once we learn to love ourselves and truly, not lip service, not chewing gum for the brain, love ourselves, but truly love ourselves, relationships are going to be at best tolerable. We get along, but frustrating, and they can be just downright disappointing and devastating if we don't love ourselves. People get so frustrated with that because I don't want to love myself. I want someone else to do it. It's more fun. But even if someone else was loving you and really trying hard, if you don't love yourself, it slides right off. You don't experience it. You don't believe it. It's not enough. So the first key is charity begins at home. Love begins with me. Self-love is not love of your ego. Actually, I don't love mine either. Nobody really loves their ego because it creates a lot of problems. It's love of your spirit. It's love of the part of you that makes your heart beat. It's the love of your essence and the deep appreciation for the you-ness that showed up into this life. And we were never taught that. We were always taught that what love is I have to please the authority figures in my life, and if I do a good job, they're nice to me and I get to survive, and if I don't do a good job, I'm afraid for my life. Unfortunately, we call that love. And that is actually emotional terrorism. It's not love at all. And so we have to move away from that in little bite sizes and begin to accept the responsibility and the interest of self-love and the work of self-love. Actually, once you choose to love yourself, stop fighting it, it gets easier. The biggest obstacle is to actually agree to do that. To actually agree that you are lovable and that you need to be your own best friend. And then begin to ground that into practical behaviors that really reflect that decision. So think about all the ways in which you abandon yourself throughout a day. Where you say yes when you mean no. When you stay too long when you want to go. When you let people speak to you and treat you poorly and you don't say anything, or you just keep taking it. Those things. How about when you drink too much and you know you're hurting yourself, or when you're living on fumes like gas, you're living on cookies and bad food, and you just know this isn't good for me. Those are self-abandoning choices. So loving yourself starts there. Look at where you abandon yourself. And it's never actually big deals. It's usually little deals that make a big difference. Little deals that your spirit, your inner guidance is saying, don't do that. Don't go there. For example, the other day, and you will get pushback to love yourself. The other night, I had a group of friends visiting here in Paris where I live, and I was invited to a dinner party, which I was very excited to go attend. But it dragged on and on and on and on and on. Pretty soon, it's like 12:30 at night, and all my friends were on vacation, but I had to work in the morning at 7 a.m. So I said, I gotta go. And I got a lot of pushback. No, don't go yet. Stay for dessert. Stay a little longer. You don't want to go yet. I even got rolled eyes like, how rude of you. But I knew if I stayed, I'm just getting their approval at the cost of self-love. So I had to make a choice. Their approval, feel like crap in the morning. Approval, crap. I went home. And I did get their bad energy. But they forgot about it. Next day, they're calling me to visit and meet up again. So my fear of their disapproval was exaggerated. That I thought that they were going to disapprove that much wasn't real. I was just trained to not disappoint people. And I had to self-love to say, well, I'm willing to disappoint people over hurting myself. So how you relate to yourself sets the tone of all your relationships. If all your relationships are you relating to yourself with really insensitive, uncaring, self-abandoning behaviors, your relationships are going to be crappy because you're training people that they can do that to you as well. That's a case in point. You know, what takes care of you? The people who take care of themselves are the ones that have the best relationships. The ones that don't just get pushed around. I have a friend who's a performer and has done very well in the world. And I was with him and there was a birthday party and he was asked to sing happy birthday to someone he didn't even know. Well, he wasn't he didn't want to be the performing circus dog. He said, I'm not going to sing happy birthday. I don't even know. You're just asking me to impress someone. It's inappropriate. I'm not going to do that. I'm not being rude. I'm not being unpleasant. I'm not being uncooperative. I'm just being real. Don't want to do that. So I think the basis of the relationship starts with relating well to yourself. Make promises to yourself, know it takes care of you, and be willing to do what I call dance in the fire of other people's disapproval. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be defensive. Just committed. When I had to leave the party the other night, I got a lot of layers of disapproval. From the host, that's rude, you don't do that. From my friends, we brought you here as a guest, how can you do that? From my best friend, I want to go too, but I don't want to be uncomfortable, stay with me. I mean, bam, 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 bam. I left. Because in the end, I had to live with myself, and if I had stayed for them, I wouldn't like them anyway. I'd be pissed off at them for having abandoned myself. So self-love. This is root chakra. This is personal self-love, self-care. This is heart chakra, sacral chakra, root chakra. I'm going to take care of myself and I'm not going to apologize or be defensive about it. I'm just going to demonstrate to people how I relate to me, and that teaches other people how to relate to me. And you know what? The relationships I have in my life as a result of those choices are really good. I love those relationships, and they have changed considerably over the last decade because I wasn't doing this 10 years ago. I was over caretaking, over concerned with everyone else, didn't love myself, felt like really disappointed in myself a lot, not good about who I am, and that vibrated in my energetic field. So try this now I know it's a big stretch, but if you try this for 2 weeks and just be willing to dance in the fire of other people's disapproval, but stay true to yourself and know they'll get over it. It's temporary. I'm just taking care of myself. It works for me. I'm just doing what works for me. I know I'm disappointing. I know I'm a drag. I know I'm the party pooper. I know I'm speaking up and not going along with the program. I know, but I still love me. I got to do this for me. Your relationships will dramatically improve within 60 days. And real love will show up because it's a vibrational match. You'll attract in your relationships the same quality and tone that you exercise towards yourself. So you will no longer attract people that ask you to abandon yourself. at your own expense to take care of them. You'll no longer attract users. You'll no longer attract people who are narcissistic. You'll no longer attract people who are addicted, because it's not a vibrational match. You'll attract what matches. I love myself, so people who come in, even if they tend to treat other people poorly, they won't do it with you. So this is a very important thing. By loving yourself and not abandoning yourself, you create a vibration that says, this is how I relate to me, and this is how I let other people relate to me. And if you don't relate to me in a way that's kind to me, we're not a match. You don't have to say anything. Your vibration says it all. So practice this for 2 weeks. I'm sure you'll get you'll feel good. You'll have good results. Practice this for 2 months. Your whole life will change. And practice this for 6 months. You'll have a love life that you really enjoy. I promise. So thanks for tuning in. I hope this really sinks in. Leave comments, but do subscribe. Love yourself. Don't abandon yourself. And I'll see you next time. All my love.